You thought it was gone. You thought it was dead. You thought it was forgotten. But no, my friends, I'm here to tell you a game we talked about a lot last year, a game we were passionately focused on, has made a return. That's right. That's right, Uniform. Concord's back. This is insane. As you know, Concord released last August, and it existed for all of, I believe it was 11 or 12 days. Which, fun fact. Fun fact, a lifespan of a common housefly is 28 days. So a literal fly outlived Concord, which is pretty freaking hilarious. But the reason that's significant is because they shut the game down and they pulled it from sale, refunded everybody, and refused to do anything. They just canned it. They shut down the studio. They moved on, and the game has just been gone. It's technically lost media at this point, even though people still have it installed on their consoles. I've not uninstalled it yet. It feels weird too, but I can't launch it. So we have the game, but you can't play it. It's gone. It's just in the wind. So we all just kind of accepted that Concord was dead and buried, and now was lost to time. Lost to time. But guess what? It's back. A pre-release build of Concord has leaked. It's dated roughly around November of 2023. So the build was compiled roughly 9 months before the game's actual release and subsequent death. VGC says that they have downloaded the build and can confirm that it appears to be authentic. Now, I will be honest, I have tried to find a copy of this build. I have yet to find an actual copy of it, but I am curious whether I could find it. And you'll see it's not like you can play the game with this build, but we'll get there. Loading the game displays a login screen that can't be bypassed. I imagine that you can get in through mods and stuff. Somebody will be able to find their way through a back door. But they say, however, the build's uploader has included an INI file, which enables a developer menu. When this is applied, the game loads directly into to select a free gunner screen. So you can select a free gunner, which, yes, they were free gunners. I don't know what it is about free gunner or runners. Like Marathon has runners. They have free gunners. Maybe Fair Games is going to have bummers. I don't know. It's like, why does everybody have to have a similar name for characters? But anyway, from here, it appears the player can go no further because no free gunners appear on the screen, meaning nobody can be selected. It is at least possible, however, to enter a pause screen and from there access the main menu where numerous screens can be viewed. This includes a partially completed galactic guide, which provides information on the galaxy's various planets, and a crew section where information on the game's 16 playable characters and their variant outfits can be found. It also includes a job board, which just has placeholder text, and a store option, which doesn't do anything, as well as a setting menu containing the developer options such as developer matchmaking and a style guide for the game's various fonts. As you can see, this particular version has cartoon renders of each of the characters. You can select them. They have sort of a work in progress version of the character with placeholding hair that kind of looks like it was taken out of a cake mold. But they also have the abilities and stuff described over on the side as well. And shout out to this poor dev who has leveled up to 257. They played a lot of this. Galactic Guide. This gives you a little idea of the breakdown of everything. I'm sure these would have eventually become playable maps, years down the road. But, this, I believe, is the spot that was shown in the cinematic trailer as well. So you can see that this is the select screen. They were saying that you can't actually select any characters in, but you can then get to the main menu by backing out. You can see some of the dev codes and stuff, all of that. Given the game's online requirement, however, it doesn't currently seem that it's possible to get beyond these screens or choose a free gunner to play the game, meaning that unless enthusiasts found a way to get the build running a proper game, These unfinished menus are all the build provides. Just 2 weeks after its release last August, Sony announced plans to take Concord offline, pull the game from sale, offer refunds to all players who bought it, citing poor reception. Blah, 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 blah. At the time, Sony said it would explore the possibility of bringing back the game in a revised form. However, a month later, Hermen Hulst confirmed the company had decided not to move forward with the title and instead just can it. The developer was subsequently closed, with Hermen Hulst saying Sony would work to find placement for some of those impacted with our global community of studios where possible. Of course, they were founded in 2018, acquired by Sony in 2023. They released Concord in 2024, and it was a total dumpster fire that now will live in our hearts forever. But isn't this kind of remarkable? It's quite possible. Quite possible that some very capable modders and enthusiasts could find ways to set up, I don't know if you could do it through LAN or maybe, host a private server, off of your own computer. I don't know. I'm not a programmist. Okay. It's not my talent, not my suite of skills, but it's possible in theory, if they don't get copyright struck into oblivion, that people could actually get this game working once more. And it does make me wonder how this happened, how this leak hit. And like I said, I haven't been able to find the original source for where this leak came from. It's possible it was out there since before Concord happened. But it's also quite possible that a developer had this build on a laptop or something and just decided to upload it anonymously to a 4chan type place just to put it out into the universe and be like, we worked on this for years, so here's this, so at least people can mess with it. That type of thing has happened before. That type of thing has happened before. Yeah, I know it's programmer. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's programmer. But yeah, it's very curious to me how this happened, but I'm guessing it probably was somebody on the team that decided to just toss it out there just to give a little something to the public. Give a little something. I've tried to find this, but most of these articles are showing the articles describing the leak, but they're not actually showing how to download it or where to find it. So I don't know if you guys can find a copy of it, maybe link it in the Discord or something, and then we can check it out, because I'm honestly kind of curious. What a horrible person leaking that. Yes, spreading it into the world. Well, it's similar to another thing that happened where years ago there was a guy that made a fan recreation of PT. Eventually it got copyright struck and they had to take it down. Radius Gordello, yeah. And it looks like this guy actually re-uploaded it and has allowed people to re-download it, which is good, because I had it downloaded from years and years and years ago when he first put it out there, and he recreated asset for asset, little bitty detail to little bitty detail, the entirety of PT. We've actually played it on stream before, and it's really good, but it was copyright struck and they were forced to shut down their website distributing it. But it looks like me and some other people as well have actually downloaded it and kept it, locked away on our computers or whatever. And people have done this, re-uploaded it.
$50 through Super Chat. What game are we more excited for? Fair game or marathon?
What game am I more excited for? Fair game or marathon? Excited is a strong word. That's a strong word. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I've played marathon at the whatever preview event, alpha preview, whatever. And I had a decent time with marathon. I even had fun, and I said after the event, I'll play more. I want to play more. And I played more, but then after another few hours, I was I'm good. So for me, marathon was a game I'd kind of seen everything it had to offer, in my view, after 10 hours. I was good. I was good. With fair game $, it's possible that game is actually really, really good, and it's just been marketed really, really poorly. It's also possible it's totally mediocre. It seems like there was a playtest that was leaked and rumored and discussed or whatever. I think Insider Gaming reported on it. And then after that, Jade Raymond was booted out, of course, but the playtest apparently didn't go super well for them. So I don't know. I just think both of them are games, it seems, that nobody really asked for, and that are not good enough to justify their existence and the crazy amounts of money that's been poured into it. So we'll see. As time goes by, maybe they'll put something out and it'll blow us away and amaze us. But as of right now, it doesn't seem that exciting or compelling. Arc Raiders also played that, and I get why people are really thrilled for that. That's one to be excited for, But as for right now, like Marathon or Fair Games, there's not much reason to be excited for either. I think there is reason to be excited for Arc Raiders, but they haven't really given us a lot to be excited about for everything else. Yeah, it's dead. It's possible. I don't know what their plan is, but it's definitely possible that they're just going to choose to walk away from it. The fact that they booted out the studio founder is not good. John the Tank, thank you for the 10. I'm starting to not understand the continued interest in Concord. Do people still talk about it because of the level of failure it was, or because of it being an internet meme now? I think both. The reason Concord failed is multifaceted, but I've said this before. Sometimes gamers pile onto a game not because of what it is, but because of what it represents. And I think in the case of Concord, it was both, which is why it was such a particularly destructive mix. Because Concord represented, and its failure represented, a broader frustration within the community with regard to like Sony's overall direction this generation, with a sort of disregard for what people really, really wanted, which was single player high quality games. And instead they're putting all this money and effort into these like Overwatch kind of spin-off rip-off games. And so I think part of it was that what it represented, it paired with the culture war stuff because it also had really hilariously bad character designs and it was very clear what they were doing. It paired next to Suicide Squad, which had similar issues. It was also paired with like the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff that was going on at the time and was going viral. So it was just like a perfect storm of a lot of things people were upset about all at the same time. And then you tack onto it that it's just not a particularly good game and you're screwed. So I think, its failure started with that. And now it's just kind of a meme. And that's part of the reason why people still talk about it. And it's just fascinating. People like watching a dumpster fire. People like still talking about Starfield every once in a while. And, for some games, it is just simply because it's a meme. And it's like, oh, yeah, what did happen with that? They're just curious, He took my thing.